Hello there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and I'm back with the second part of the Nice Family Home speed build. If you didn't see the first part, I will have the link down in the description as well with my other Sims 4 stuff, so you can go check it out there. But in the last one I basically did like the outside of the whole entire place, and now we're starting to head inside. I'm starting to do the walling and things like that, and we'll get to some of the decorating in this one. This is the entryway that I'm currently doing, which I did part of it in the brick so it sort of connects with the outside of it, but then part of it is divided by the columns and the rest of it is like basically guiding you into the home and such. But that was basically why I put those columns there. But I do try to stick with the color scheme of like the blues and orange and creams and whites, but I do add tans and browns in there more often, especially since I have the windows going around that have the browns and tans and such. So I do try to stick with those, but right now I'm just going around and putting the walls and the flooring and that type of stuff in. Just as a quick reminder, this build does have some CC in it, so once I put it up on the gallery, just be aware that it does have some CC in the build, but some of the stuff is not all CC, so some of it will still be there. A good portion of the outside will still be the way it is, because a lot of it's just like debug stuff and not actually custom content out there, but just replace whatever doesn't show up in your game with stuff that you have. It's just when I'm recording builds and stuff like that, I'm trying to get into the habit of not using CC while I at least do the first initial build while recording, and the version I upload to the gallery, and just add CC later, because I do like a lot of the CC. I think it adds a little bit more, especially in terms of clutter objects. But this particular house and the household that I'm planning on living in this house, I needed them ready to go for my Eevee family series, so they will be popping up in there and you should be seeing this house. So I needed it ready to go as soon as possible, so I just went straight with doing the full house exactly how I wanted it, with Maxis stuff and also CC stuff. So yeah, there might be some things that you have to replace here and there, but there's the base build of it will be the same and things like that. You just might have to change some walls and flooring or objects and such. But here soon I should be getting done with the flooring and wallpaper soon. I went and did the whole entire thing, like all the flooring and all the walls to begin with. Then I start doing the objects. I should be starting with the kitchen, which I do take quite a bit of time on the kitchen. But to me, when it comes to like houses, I want to try to get some clutter objects in there just to make it look like it's lived in and such. And with this particular home, since I knew the family that was going in there, I also tried to do it exactly to their style and how I thought they would decorate their home. So I think, yeah, here I go with the actual decorating and putting objects in the actual rooms. I do this with the like bar countertop thing. I was gonna make it like a eating area, but I do take it away because I didn't totally like it. This room is sort of shaped really funny, but honestly in real life there are rooms that are shaped very awkwardly just because the way the layouts just ended up, because they wanted certain things certain ways, so certain rooms end up getting an odd shape to them. But in the end, I actually sort of like how it shaped. I did want the kitchen to make sure that it was the one that was connected to the outside, just because it is where it's a covered like porch area basically out there, and I have a grill. That's why I wanted the kitchen to be connected with it, because I thought it made the most sense if you needed to get into the fridge or whatever and go out for food for the grill and stuff like that. It's literally right there. So that's one reason why I put the kitchen where I did, instead of, because it would have been probably easier to make a living room over in this spot, but I did want the kitchen near that sliding glass door or whatever. It's not really a sliding glass door, but it partially looks like it could be one, sort of, maybe ish. But I also wanted the entryway to be over there and be actually connected to the living room and not the kitchen. So with doing all that, it did end up in a sort of strange layout, but like I said, it eventually works. I did want an island somewhere, and I'm trying to use as much of the floor space as possible and not have like big gaps in the floor. At least not in most places. Like some rooms you're gonna have like a bigger gap in the floor, like where there's no furniture or anything like that. But I was trying not to do that. So, but I did over in this little nook area. I made a washer and dryer thing. I thought that, like, from my personal experience, the washer and dryers are usually either connected in like an entryway or mudroom, the kitchen, or the bathrooms, or like one of the bathrooms. So I thought this little nookway was perfect for the laundry area, since it is connected to the kitchen, but it gives it, this little nook is like sort of separated from the kitchen. It's not big enough for like a dining area really and things like that. So I thought it was really perfect to just put the laundry there, so it's sort of off, but at the same time it's near like other appliances and things like that. And the tables I gave them I thought would be perfect for little knickknacks and things like that, because me personally at my house, where my washer and dryer is, which it actually is right connected with the kitchen, though my kitchen is also our entryway in my house, so it's a little bit of both. But we have all sorts of stuff on the shelves above the washer and dryer, so it's like light bulbs, house paint, bug spray, sunscreen, like a whole bunch of stuff, light bulbs, screwdrivers. So that was like, all that stuff is stored there, so I thought that, have a bunch of those little random odds and ends of stuff in those drawers, also things that you would use for the washer and dryers as well. That candle making table, which is made by it's like Isum or something like that. They make a bunch of mods and stuff like that, and they have a Twitter, and I will try to link their Twitter down below if I can remember to do so. But they made like a candle making mod, and I was trying to find somewhere to put that table, because I actually haven't got to experiment with that yet myself, even though I know I think it's been out for a little while, but I personally haven't got to fool with it. So I decided this family is going to be the family to fool with it, but I was like moving that thing around everywhere, trying to figure out where in the world I wanted it. But I did include a sitting area over here just in case, maybe the mother or whoever's doing the laundry wants to sit down while they're folding, and they could sit there and obviously fold and just do whatever they need and stuff. I'm starting to put like little decorations, little objects, basket, bowls of fruit, you name it. I put this little teddy bear because they have a little toddler, a little young girl, who I would imagine that teddy bear is one of her many stuffed animals that she carries around everywhere, probably even outside, and drags it, and it gets dirty, so it's sitting there because it just got washed and dried. So that was sort of why there's a little teddy bear randomly in the kitchen laundry area. Over here in this little nook, I was trying to find something to put there so it wasn't an empty space because it was bothering me. And this family, they're sort of like they're not like a overly party family, but they like finer things in life and stuff like that. They like having guests over. They like having people come around. So, this is sort of like maybe their fine wines and some of their expensive liquors and things like that they keep over there. But, so, like I said, just doing little odds and ends and knickknacks. I spent a really long time doing like these little details and things like that in the kitchen and the living room both, I guess because they're just big spaces, but I feel like I took longer in the kitchen than I did anywhere else when it came to decorating. I just put a lot of little stuff, and I think with some of the other rooms I sort of had at least somewhat of an idea of some of the objects or little knickknacks I wanted to use, versus the kitchen. I was literally just trying to find anything that made sense in the kitchen. So, I have like these little containers that I'm sitting all over the place here. Like they have like cereals and looks like some spaghetti noodles and things like that just sitting around. I'm still just putting things everywhere, trying to make it look like clutter. That's part of the reason why I like some of the CC I have, is it adds more clutter objects to my game. But I know that a lot of people without even CC can do wonders with the clutter objects and do a lot with some things like that I have for some reason not really got good at doing with making the clutter actually look like a lot of clutter. And I'm really bad at actually doing like the walls and stuff. I used to actually play with the walls down, so part of my mindset when I did like builds and things like that, even in like Sims 2 and 3, my mindset was like, oh, I don't even see the walls, so I don't really care. But I've started to get to where I'm playing with like the walls partially up. I don't keep them all the way up, but enough that like the surrounding outside walls stay up, but like the inside walls that would block you from seeing your sim sometimes, they do go down, but every once in a while you still see the stuff hanging on the walls. So I am trying to get better at being able to decorate the walls as well with the everything else, because I'm actually trying to do that. And since I started also doing a lot more screenshots more often, and I'm actually sharing them as well, I would be like, man, there's nothing in the backdrop of these. Like, I need to work on this. So I am trying to perfect my building skills as I go. I have learned and seen so much from when I did my giant collab with 12 other simmers. You definitely should go check that out. There will be a link down below to my Sims 4 builds, which that one is a part of them. I also will probably have one of the ending videos, should be the Winding Bird Apartments collab tour, where I go through and show all of the different apartments that everyone made, and I mention who they are and stuff like that. Some people did such an amazing job. Like, everyone did. But when it came to like clutter objects, there are certain people that stuck out in clutter, and then some people who stuck out in like design or colors, and they all had different like strong suits, and it was just so amazing. And I tried to take and learn from those, because I am trying to get better at building and decorating myself. So I am trying to take from those and apply sort of my own type of thing to them. But I absolutely loved that, and I definitely suggest like you going and seeing that. And if you're a simmer who like shares your stuff on the gallery, or you do YouTube videos or Twitch, I definitely highly suggest doing something like that big collab, because that was so much fun. It's so interesting to see everyone's styles come together, and you learn so much from it. You like, it was just amazing. So this is sort of my skills sort of improved. I've already seen and played with a lot of the what people did on their Windenburg apartments and things like that. So I'm trying to take inspiration from those and to put my own spin on them. So hopefully I'm improving. Hopefully I'm getting better at my building skills, but you know, only time will tell. I do have a few more builds that I still have to do. I still have to do the eco/earth house that everyone voted over on Twitter, which I feel bad that I'm taking forever to get to that, but I needed this build actually done and ready to go for my Eevee series. So yeah, I had to get this done, but the Eco Earth House is definitely next. So if you're excited for that one, definitely look forward and pay attention for that one, because it will be soon. I am finally done with the kitchen. Sometimes like when I took so long on that kitchen, I was starting to be like, what do I talk about anymore? Because this kitchen is just basically me putting clutter everywhere. There's nothing else going on. But anyway, I'm finally back over to the, well, not back over, but finally over to the living room. And one of my struggles with the living room is this. I knew this is where I wanted the TV. 100% I wanted the TV area over here. But at the same time, because of the way that the walls is structured over here, and the fact that there's a window there and all that stuff, I couldn't put anything like a wall-mounted TV. So I had to do the TVs that sit on the tables, but it took me forever deciding on a table to put there because I wanted it to go with the wood of the windows. Even if it wasn't the same color, I at least wanted it to be two wood colors that meshed well put together. And there was one particular table that I was looking for that I could not find. I found it like after I finished this build, but at this point I actually like this one here, so I was like, it's all said and done. It's over. Let's just go on. But then the next issue I run into is like when it comes to my CC couches and things like that, sometimes they do come in sets where I get a couch, a love seat, and a chair, but sometimes I only get 2 of them, or I only get 1 of them. So sometimes I may get a couch and a love seat but not a chair, or a chair and a love seat but not a couch, or a couch and a chair but not a love seat, you know, so on and so forth. So I wanted certain colors and I wanted certain styles of furniture, so I was trying to find pieces that, though they wasn't part of the same set, they worked together and they worked with all the colors that I was going to be putting in the living room. And I do like how the ones that I picked and how it turned out. Now I'm getting like smaller chairs and actually trying to go through and put a bunch of them out, like, okay, this one's, I sort of like this one, let me leave this one here. Okay, I sort of like this one, let me leave this one here, and then I chose from there. So that's sometimes my process. I literally, especially with chairs and like certain furnitures, I just start sitting them all out together and seeing which one, after I get them all out together, which ones I like the best and which ones seem to go well. So I did decide on putting like the love seat sort of couch thing over there. I thought it fit better over there, especially since the wall is right there and there's a side pillow. So there's sort of an opening to come through there, but and putting the chair over here. And then I started fooling with pillows because now this love seat has pillows on it, but this couch and this chair does not. So I started fooling with the pillows. So it took me a while to find pillows that was within the color scheme that fit on the couches and the chair and looked right, because, you know, I was being probably too much of a perfectionist or getting annoyed. I found that pillow and I found that it had orange on it and I was like, yeah, let's bring the orange back. Because I will say the living room took more of the browns and tans and creams more than it did the oranges and the blues. I do try to bring out some of the oranges and blues as I go on with like detail objects and stuff, and I was like, oh wait, I really wanted to, like, the mom who decorated this house sort of did the theme with orange and blues, and that was originally my plan, but I didn't stay to it as well in the living room originally, but I do add some accents of orange, mainly. I do think I add some blues, but I think it worked out, honestly, in the living room, because, you know, the way they are where they entertain and stuff like that, I don't think they would want their living room to be, like, bam, in your face when you walk from the entryway, so I think it did work out well, either way, but it's still got those hints of oranges and blues, so the theme is still working, but it's not like overpowering in your face working. But there's something I do back behind the couch, because I was feeling like the couch was like, where all that stuff was over there, it was sort of odd, and I did this little thing, and I actually put shelves onto it and made the shelves look like they were on these things, and sort of made like a little backdrop to separate like the TV area from the rest of it. And I put like a computer desk with this area as well. There's the shelves I use, and I purposely don't put them on the same level. I don't think not a single one of them, none of them are on the same level at all. I use 4 of them, but I purposely do not let them, not a single one, be on the, I wanted it to be that more of off balance sort of look to it. They are sort of slowly falling down. Well, like if you look at the 2 lowest ones, one's lower than the other, and then the 2 highest ones the same side as low. You know what I'm trying to say, basically. But I liked how that actually turned out and looked. That was something that I just decided to randomly experiment with, and I liked how it looked. Now, this right here, oh, I can't remember her name. I'll try to include her Twitter down below as well. Ones that I actually remember right off the top of my head, but she made a bunch of different small pets for the My First pet stuff, like actual pets for the things, which I think makes the pack a little bit more worth it. I have every sim pack there is, but I will say My Sims, my first pet stuff, is the one that disappointed me the most out of all of them. But I do like having the small pets and things like that. Then there are some furniture objects that I do like, but her making more small pets made it better. And she's now got a lot of reptiles and stuff out too, which I haven't, at this time, I hadn't had it downloaded in my game. But yeah, definitely would suggest it. I'm going to try to remember to put her Twitter down in the description below. If I forget, let me know in the comments, and I definitely will do that. But I forget which one I gave them even. It was one of the new animals. I just don't remember which one off of the top of my head. But now I'm sort of playing around with the rugs. And I'm putting a rug in the entryway, I think. I don't even remember which rug I put in there at first. The entryway does have actually red in it, but technically orange comes from red, so it works. And I actually like the orange with the red. But did add some rugs. I really like the rug that I put over with the TV area. I did at first put it with the game board, but I thought the two darks were too much together, and it fit better over in the living area with some of those calmer creams that the couch and love seats are. So I did put it over there, but I did stick with the browns and tans quite a bit in the living room, like I had said. The oranges and the blues, mostly oranges, come from the decorations, but even so, with the decorations, a lot of them have the browns, tans, and creams. So, whoops. But yeah, it's gonna be me taking a lot of decorations now, forever, and taking a while in here. So, yay. The video is actually going to be ending soon, so I think I end it once I finish the living room, or get close to finishing the living room, I think. But if you've been enjoying this build up till this point, please hit that lovely like button and subscribe to see future episodes of other builds and the ending part of this build, which will include screenshots of the totally finished build. Also, my gallery description will be my gallery origin ID thing for the gallery will be down in the description below, as well with my other social media and all the Sims 4 playlists, so you can go check those out and check me out on social media if you haven't already. If you have any other suggestions of maybe builds that I can try, or anything new tips and suggestions that you can give me, please leave those down in the comments below. I love interacting with y'all, so anything y'all can tell me, or any conversations, or if I start randomly saying something and you want to talk about something I randomly said, even if it doesn't have to deal with the build, just mention it in the comments, and I definitely totally will talk to you and answer you and stuff like that. So don't feel afraid to write in the comments down below. But don't forget that this house will be showing up in the Eevee family series, because the family is gonna I'm planning on them playing a pretty close role with one of the families in particular. Well, one of the branches of the Eevee family in particular. So you will be seeing this house and the people within it very soon. I know you technically have not seen the people yet. If you would like to see this house in a Townie Life series where we actually play with the family themselves, let me know down in the comments below. That's another thing that you can tell me. These little plants, I was fooling with these a while, trying to make the plants look like they was coming out of the pots, because I like these pots, but I thought they'd look better with plants. So I was experimenting with a lot of pots. But this is where some of my orange comes in, because I remember I put an orange plant in one of these. In one of them, eventually. But, anyway, like I said, this is part 2. Part 3 should be coming fairly soon. I really hope you are enjoying this build. And as soon as part 3 goes up, you can go over on the gallery to find it. My origin ID will be in the description below, but it is Artistic Gamer 7, just like all of my other stuff, if you want to remember it. My Eco Earth house I should start building it very, very soon, so it will also start showing up as well. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the, like, I've been getting more comments, and I've actually been waking up to comments almost every morning, and it's meant so much to me. You don't even understand. So I'm gonna take this video just to let you know that it means a lot to me that y'all are starting to really, like, starting to get talkative and looking forward to videos and things like that. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.